Do you know the difference between R square and R value? Is probability value and p value same? What is confidence interval? These are very important concepts which are required in statistical modeling. What we will do today is that we will try to understand the intuition behind the concepts with the help of numerical examples, and we will also do an Excel practical. In module number 7, what we have discussed about standard deviation and standard error. Kindly watch the module to understand this module better. The link is given in the description box. Okay, what we'll do today is that first we will understand the intuition behind the concepts of R square, confidence interval and p value. Then we will do some numerical examples. Lastly, we will understand the concepts with the help of example. I would request you all to please take notes while you are watching this video, because if you take notes, it will help you to retain the concepts. Okay, let us first understand R square value. What we have done is that we have taken two values here. This is your x coordinate and this is your y coordinate. As we have already learned in statistical modeling technique that we need to predict the value in future with the help of statistical models, right? Now we have also learned that a model can be of any nature and it assumes a functional form. In this case, what we have done is that we have assumed a linear functional form of the nature y equal to mx plus c and thus a straight line. This yellow line represents the line of mean. I mean, these are the mean values of y. Okay, this line represents the mean value of y. There can be n number of lines which can fit these data points. This red line can be one of the line, this blue line can be one of the line. So these two lines can fit the data points. These black points are the data points. Okay, now what we will do is that we will take the red line to be our line which will predict the future value. If we have a value, this is x and this is y. If we have a x value here, in future what will be the value of y is predicted by this line. But the question remains, is this red line better than the yellow line? That means the mean line. How much better is this red line in comparison to the yellow line in predicting the future value of y given a value of x? For that particular purpose, we need to understand the calculation of R square. Okay, this R square is different from the R. This R is the correlation value between two variables. Okay, but R square is little bit different. We'll explain this. Okay, now any value in this yellow line represents the mean value, which is y bar. Any value in the red line represents the predicted value, which is represented by y hat, and this value is the actual value of y predicted by y, right? Now let us see the difference. When we see that the predicted value y hat, the mean value y bar and the actual value yi, there is a difference, right? First of all, we will see that there is a difference between yi and y bar. Okay, this is the total difference. Okay, this is the total. We'll write it by T, or total difference. Now this total difference can be segregated into two parts. First, we will see this difference. This is the difference between what is the actual value and what is the predicted value by the model. So that difference is yi minus y hat. Okay, this is what we call as error or residual sometimes. And there is one more difference, the difference between the predicted value by the model and the mean value. Okay, so the predicted value by the model and the mean value. Okay, this is due to regression. this difference is due to regression, right? Now there are three types of difference. One is the total difference, that is the difference between the actual value and the mean value. There is a difference between the actual value and the predicted value from the model, which is known as error, and there is a difference between the predicted value and the mean value, which is due to regression, right? Now what R square does is that R square tries to see the variation explained by regression, the total of the total variation, right? Now this R square is actually given by the formula 1 minus sum of square of error by sum of square of total. What we do is basically we square these terms, and this is represented by SST, this is represented by SSE, this is represented by SSR. This how the notation works, but the intuition behind this R square calculation is that how much of the variation is explained, okay, how much of the variation is explained by the regression. This is the error, okay, this is the error variance of, this is the percentage of error variance of the total variance, and if we subtract this thing from 1, what we'll get is the variation explained by regression. This also gives the intuition that how much better, okay, how much better the line, this red line, fits the data than the mean line, which is the yellow line. If you are little bit confused, just hold for some time. When we will do the practical in Excel, your things will become even more clear. R square also gives the relationship between the variables and explain the percentage of the variation explained by the model in the data, right? Okay, now talking of confidence interval, when we try to understand confidence interval, we have to know what is sampling distribution. Okay, those who have done the earlier modules know it, and if you have not done it, please do it. So we have a population. What we do is that from population we take out samples, right? And then from the samples we calculate the mean of the sample, okay, we calculate the mean of the sample, let it be x1 and let it be x2, this let it be x3, okay, these are the sample means, and then we try to plot this sample means, and what we get is sampling distribution. Now there is an interval, okay, we try to specify. Now this is, suppose this is a normal distribution, and what we try to do is that we specify an interval. Suppose this is the interval, and suppose we write it to be 95%. This interval basically tells the or tells that the certain percentage of the statistic, in this case it is the mean, how much of the percentage, I mean this interval contains the certain percentage of the statistic, and this particular interval is known as confidence interval. Okay, now what we will do is that I hope you have understood the confidence interval. Okay, now what we will do is that we will try to understand the p-value. Okay, so p-value and probability value are not the same. Please try to understand that probability value and p-value are not the same. In some cases we come across certain examples where the p-value is known as probability value, but they are not the same. We will take an example to understand this better. But what is p-value? P-value is the probability that a random chance has generated the data or something else that has equal probability of occurrence and some rare event. I am repeating it again. P-value is the probability that a random chance has generated the data or something else that has equal probability of occurrence and some rare event. Okay, what we will do is that we will try to understand this p-value with the help of example, and then when we are done with the example, we will try to do certain kind of an calculation in Excel where the things will be more easier for us to understand. Okay, now let us take an example of tossing a coin twice. Okay, we are tossing a coin where coin is tossed 2 times. Okay, what are the probabilities of outcome? I mean, we can get 2 heads, we can get a head and a tail and a head, and a tail and a tail, right? Now what is the probability of getting 2 head? The probability of getting 2 head, the event is 1, and how many total number of events are there? 4. So the probability of getting 2 head is 0.25. But what is the probability of getting the p-value? I mean, what is the probability or the p-value? I mean, what is the p-value of getting 2 heads? Now if we want to calculate the p-value, we need to understand that it consists of 3 parts. First part is that the probability of getting this event, the event that we are interested in, which is 0.25, plus the probability of getting a similar event like this. Okay, the similar event like this means 2 heads or 2 tail. So we have probability of getting 2 tail is also 0.25. And what is the probability of getting a rare event? There is no rare event, so that is 0. So the p-value in this case will be 0.5. Note that the probability value of getting 2 heads and the probability value and the p-value for getting 2 heads are not the same. Okay, what we will do now is that we will take one Excel, and in the Excel we will try to calculate the R-square value, and we'll try to see how the R-square value is helping us to determine. Okay, we'll understand the concept of R-square in this case with the help of an example. Okay, what I have done here is that we have taken an Excel file where we have taken 2 variables, the y variable and the x variable. Y is your independent, the dependent variable, and x is your independent variable. These are the random values that we have generated. After that, we have done that we have taken the y hat or the y predicted value. Then we have taken the difference between y and y mean. This is the difference between the actual value and the predicted the mean value. And then we have squared it, which is your SST. Then we have calculated the difference between the actual value and the predicted value, which is y minus y hat. We have squared it again, which is your SSE, sum of square of error. This is total sum of square. And then what we have done is that we have calculated y hat minus y mean, which is the predicted value y hat minus the mean value. Okay, we have calculated the mean of y, and what we will do now is that we will try to model. We will define a model that I will also show you how we have done it, but for the time being, just bear with me. This is the model. Okay, the model says that if you want to predict y in future, your model will be 51.151 minus 0.014 into the x value. If you do that, what you get is the predicted value of y in future by the model, right? Now these are the predicted value. Okay, now what we have done is that we have calculated this thing. The mean we have calculated here. Okay, this is the mean of y. Then we have calculated the difference between y and y mean, and we have squared it. Similarly, we have calculated the difference between the actual value minus the predicted value, squared the terms. This is the difference between the predicted value and the mean value of y, again that we have squared. Now note one thing, this is very interesting to note here, is that the difference between the y hat value and the y mean value is very less, whereas the difference between the actual value and the mean value and actual value and error is very high, right? That means y hat, the predicted value, is near to the mean value. Are you getting my point? The predicted value is near to the mean value, but the predicted value is very far from the actual value. That's why your sum of square of error is increasing. So what is the formula for calculating R square? First of all, we have to find out the percentage of error okay, the percentage of error as a of the total, I mean percentage of error as a part of the total. So that is 0.99, and when we subtract that, what we get is the percentage of the variation explained by the model, which is 1 minus SSE divided by SST. I am explaining again. Now look, this is your sum of square of error divided by sum of square of total. So total is the difference between your actual value and the mean value. Sum of square of error is the difference between your actual value and the predicted value. Sum of square of R or regression is the difference between the predicted value and the mean value, right? Now we are interested to find the R square value, right? So if you want to find the R square value, we want to see that how much of the variation is explained by the regression line. If the error variance is less, that means the more variation is explained by the regression line. Now how come we got this model value? We have done a regression, right? We have done the regression, and this is the intercept term, which is 51.151. This is your coefficient term. When we will do regression modeling in the subsequent modules, we will understand it better. For the time being, just hold on that the model is 51.151 minus 0.014 into x value. Okay, now what is the R square? You see, the software is giving you the R square value of 0.00025, and how we have calculated the mean the R square value manually. What is that value? That is also 0.00025. Now guys, can you see that the R square value given by the software and the R square value that we have calculated manually is exactly the same. I hope you people have understood the concept of R square and the calculation and the intuition behind it, and I hope this module will help you. In case of any query, please feel free to get in touch with me. Take care and goodbye. Do you know that